Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe and everything you know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, future, you, or someone around you. So take a resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. It is a good idea to have it because when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Thank you all for your kindness and your support. Okay? All our work on the channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Be sure to tell a family, friend, or foe you know to come on over and subscribe to the channel. So these can be present these spiritual notifications. There is enough space and space for everyone to be notified. What is this like to make a little bit of highest good? One second, ladies and gentlemen. The first card that we have here is the Three of Swords. So it looks like, the nine here. It looks like you could possibly experiencing a situation that may have caused you some kind of harm, that may have made you feel left behind, left out. As if your power was stripped away. And so I'm picking up, you're looking to find a way to restructure yourself, find a way to rebuild. So you could be in the energy of rebuilding your life, rebuilding what you feel was lost. And so this Three of Swords energy here, you're coming out of this energy. You could have Libra placements somewhere in your chart, or you could also have Saturn as well. But you're in the rebuilding stage, okay, with the benign here, as far as the tree of life here. So, you're in the building stage. And I see someone being very resourceful. You're looking into resources. You're finding more ways to be more resourceful. So part of your building stage collective is you finding more ways to be resourceful. So this could be something such as you increasing your ability to network. This could also be you working on your heka, on your throat chakra, learning to be more confident when you are communicating. Okay, maybe you were someone, maybe in your past or recent past, who was likely to let a lot of things slide by, or let a lot of things, let people get away with a lot of things. You're more vocal. You're willing to stand your ground, and you're learning how to communicate effectively and efficiently. Okay. All right now. So you're restructuring your life. You're rebuilding. Okay. And though it has been hard, whatever it is that you are overcoming, you're not allowing this to put you in the energy of stagnation. We all go through different things, and some people, because we are different, we experience things different, especially when it comes to our emotions. But you are not allowing whatever this Three of Swords is to stop you or create any stagnation. You're very determined. Spirit is saying, very determined. The next card we have here is the Three of Wands, okay? And so with the Three of Wands energy here, as I said, you're in the building stage. You're working on restructuring your life. And so you're being very expressive. Your self-expression is expanding. This could be in how you communicate. As I was just saying, you're working on communicating, being more vocal, speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself increasingly more. And when I say standing up, I'm not speaking of being confrontational or arrogant or mean or cruel, but you're not allowing people to walk over you. If there's a question to ask, you're not going to, oh, never mind, I'm not going to ask. No, if it's on your mind, you're going to nip it in the bud, okay? You're being more vocal. You're being more confident. And your confidence is helping you increase your ability to communicate effectively and efficiently. And so with the Three of Wands, it's expanding you in many areas of your life. Your self-expression is expanding. And this is in communication. And I'm also hearing in your appearance. And so you're just having a glow up. Well, you go, collective. You're just having a glow up. This is beautiful. I'm hearing, wow, someone's going shopping. Okay. All right. So you speaking up for yourself. You looking good, male or female. Very confident. Excuse me one moment here. Very confident. Not allowing anyone or anything to get in your way. Willing to do the work that is necessary. Maybe also in the past, maybe you were someone who desired different things in life, but you always mentally focus on the work in order to get to it. And now you're not allowing any of that stinking thinking to get in your way. It's just like filling out an application and maybe the packet is 20 pages long. And you're like, oh, this thick application. No, you're like, give it here. What needs to be done? Okay, give it here. I'll get to that right now. So you're shifting your perception, shifting your perception of how you see yourself, of how you see life. And I'm picking up on someone who's also, like I said, working on being more vocal. So everything I'm naming, you could be working on all of these, or maybe one or two. Is different for everyone watching. But I'm picking up on glow up energy, like someone who's just turning the tables. When I say glow up, I'm not just talking about putting on a nice outfit. I'm talking about really doing the work inside and out. That sustainable change, that kind of change that will suit your soul. That's not a temporary pleasure. That sustainable change, that sustainable wealth, that will suit your heart, that will carry you beyond. I'm hearing infinity. Okay, you're doing the work inside and out. You're not trying to be fake or pretend or dress up and make it look nice on the outside, but on the inside you're a wreck. No, you're really doing the work. If it's counseling that you need, I see someone actually getting counseling, or speaking to someone, maybe a life coach, or just seeking things that are of inspiration and upliftment. This could be going to church, maybe, or attending some kind of support group. Okay. This is beautiful energy here. This is beautiful energy. The next card we have here is the Hanged Man. And so, with the Hanged Man energy, as I said, you have received enlightenment to make this change in your life. You have been in communication. It is evident. You have been in communication and you have a strong spiritual connection that is leading you and guiding you. And so much so, this change that you are making, people are witnessing it and observing it. And there are many who are shocked. Many are very shocked because you're not just doing it on the outside, you're doing it on the inside. And it is reflecting, it is showing. They can't call you fake. If they were calling you fake, collective, they can't call you fake no more because it's even in your communication. I'm also picking up that there are people who are afraid to approach you. And when I say afraid, they don't know how to approach you. The old you has dissipated and faded away. You're not who you used to be. You don't carry yourself the way you used to. You don't entertain the same kind of company. You're very mindful of the company you keep. You're very mindful of how you carry yourself and your appearance and how you communicate. And if you are a parental figure, this could be something that you're also working on with your children. Not being perfect, but you are perfecting and enhancing your life. How you carry yourself. You're just enhancing your life full circle, and you're also teaching your kids. You're a great parent, whoever you are. You are a great parent if no one's ever told you that. You are doing well. You're doing wonderful. No one has ever told you you are a great parent. That's for someone, okay? Maybe your spirit team wants you to hear that. Maybe you need to hear that, okay? All right, you're doing wonderful, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. And so whoever has caused you, if it was someone or person that has caused you this energy of the spirit source, they're even watching. Collective, they are watching. They are in awe of you. They are shooketh. They are shook and shooketh, okay? They are in shock. They're looking like, wait a minute. Is that the collector? Wait. Is that my ex? Is that the one I just dumped? Is that the one I just put out? Maybe family. Is that the one we call broke? Is that the one we wait? Is that they have to take a second look. I hear pinch me, am I dreaming? Okay. It's like unbelievable. Yeah. And so the next card we have here is the Knight of Wands. you are making sure that you are, participating in things that are sustainable. You're working on your alignment. The Knight of Wands energy here. You're very passionate, and you have the courage to go on this adventure of self renewal. You're ready to take on this new energy. It's a new path. No, you don't know what's ahead. Nobody knows guaranteed what's ahead. The only thing that we all can do, no matter who we are, is shoot our best shot each and every day that we're given. Do something that will assist us, for the next moment in our life. But nobody knows. No one can actually precisely predict, precisely predict, what's going to happen from moment to moment. But you are making sure that you bid on yourself. You're betting on yourself, and it's looking great. And when I say betting on yourself, you're being mindful. That mindful activity that you're doing, of being mindful of people you hang around, people you let into your life, how you communicate, how you think about yourself. You're staying away from negative self-talk. You could be someone who does affirmations. This could be something that you're starting to do, and it's helping you a lot. You could be someone who's starting meditation, doing lots of work to put yourself into alignment, and you're really about it. Anyone can read a book and remember a scripture. We know this because of the Bible. We know this because of the Bible. Anyone can read a book. Yes, I have a sense of humor on this channel. Anyone can read a book and quote a scripture, or quote something that was written, but you're really doing the work. I can't stop saying it. You're really putting in the work, and you're not doing this to prove a point to anyone. But I do like this competition that you have going on. And I don't like competition, but the competition you have going on, collective, I love it, because you're competing with who you were yesterday. You're competing with who you were last week, last month, last year. You're making sure you are a better you. You're not competing with other people. You're competing with who you were yesterday, last month, last year, who you used to be. You're letting go all of those negative, self inflicted, thoughts of yourself, of saying you can't do something, or you're not good enough. You have let go and release. You found a way to surrender any negative seeds of doubt that were implanted in your spirit. And so I like this kind of competition. This competition, this competing right here is very healthy for you. And I like it. You're competing with the old you, and you're refusing to give up. And it's so beautiful. And I'm picking up a lot of peaceful, tranquil energy. You're not full of anxiety. You're cool. Everything is cool. Cool as a fan. Cool as a fan, man. Okay. The next card we have here is the Five of Swords. Okay. The Five of Swords energy. You are no longer in conflict. You are no longer feeling like you are at a loss. You're coming to an understanding that we are here to learn and grow. And if there is any situation or thing or person or place, or where you felt there was a loss, you're learning to find the light in all dark situations and find a way not to repeat them. That's all it is about here on the planet Earth. Nothing less and nothing more. It doesn't matter how tragic the situation is or what it was regarding. Whenever you feel you are experiencing some kind of loss, there's always something to learn. And most of the times it's gratitude. Gratitude is at the top, to be grateful, okay? Especially if you've lost a loved one, condolences to you, things like that. It just teaches you to be grateful. Be grateful, be thankful, and live your life today. If there's something you want to do that. Make it happen. No excuses. Make no excuses, but make moves and live your best life. Life is for the living. Okay, that's for somebody. Okay, as these downloads come, I get music, quotes, phrases, all kind of stuff, rap songs. And as they come, I will blurt them out. Okay, all right. And so we have the Wheel of Fortune, and so this is the core of this read. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. Things are changing for you, for the good, for the betterment of your life. The worst is over. Spirit is saying, not saying life will be perfect, because there's no such thing, but your life will be truly enhanced for your greater and highest good. And you've experienced the worst. With this Three of Swords energy, I'm picking that up, and they're saying, let them know that the worst is over. Life will not be perfect. They're still learning to do. They're still growing to do. But the hardest part is over, and you can breathe deep. And I'm also picking up that some days, collective, as you're climbing this mountaintop, as you're pulling yourself up out of this quicksand or this hot lava, you know, you have to pinch yourself because you're in shock yourself. You know, things are so peaceful and tranquil. You've made it. You're very proud of yourself, but you have those pinch me, am I dreaming moments as well. You've made it. And you don't have to think or expect a tower moment because it's not going to happen. So make sure you're mindful of your thoughts and keep that vibration high because this is your moment. Yes, this is your moment. This is your season. Things are going well for you, collective, because they're supposed to. You've earned the right of passage to be in this energy. This is your time to be on this path, you know. You may have endured the pain, but you did not choose to retaliate. And that's one of the sauces for the recipe here, you know, on planet Earth, you know, to not be so swift and quick to want to always retaliate. You know, you endured these three of swords, this energy here, and you took it, you know, you took it to the chin, you took it like a champ. You endured the pain, you know, the sleepless nights, the stress, you know, the worry. This could have been a relationship, a divorce, like I said, finances, losing a job, the loss of a loved one, anything, homelessness, you know, dysfunctional family, being mistreated or being mishandled or theft, someone stealing from you, you know, all kind of things. Someone stealing an inheritance. I always pick up on that energy. People just stealing folks' inheritance. They don't get enough of that. They don't get enough, but nature takes care of its own. But you didn't choose to retaliate. I'm picking up there's a lot of things that you could have done, but you did not choose to retaliate, you know. And these people may have, after they put these swords in your heart or in your back, they may have choose to make fun of you or mock you or sit up and gossip about you and slander your character, you know, as you chose to separate yourself from this person, these people, or whatever this situation is. It's different for everyone, so put it where it resonates for you. But you have the last laugh because now they're wondering, they're trying to figure you out, you know, and you did not try to retaliate. You know, you've moved on gracefully, and you know, it's like magic. You know, the magician energy. This is you, perfectly so. You know, you have them in shock of how. You know, it's a spiritual connection. It's having pure intentions and being mindful. You know, you don't have to lift a finger. Nature will always take care of its own. Okay, and you know, nature will. You know. They will receive what's due to them in the right timing. But in the meantime, between time, I'm also picking up that you're not someone who's sitting with a looking glass to watch someone suffer or, ooh, I can't wait till they get theirs. They did this to me. No, you already know that it's coming. And when it do, it does. Are you watching? No, you're not because you're busy building and co-creating with source and being successful and enjoying your life. You know, you have no energy to focus on wanting to watch someone suffer. Do they deserve it? Yes, they do. Will they receive it? Yes, they will. But you're not spending your energy and your intentions on a daily hoping to watch these people suffer. You know, and a lot of them could be already enduring their karma and they're enduring it in silence. You know, some of these people could be in hiding. Some of these people could be ashamed. I'm also picking up you don't deal with these people as well. Family, friends, ex-lovers, co-workers, neighbors, BFFs, people on social media. This could be anyone, so put it where it resonates. Someone in your church, someone in your organization. Maybe you're in a car club. I always pick up this car club. Maybe somebody's in a car club or they're in a motorcycle club. Hey you, okay? So I always pick up this energy here. You're either attached to a car club or a motorcycle club or you hang out at one because I always pick up your energy. That and that barber and tattoo shop. But either way, yeah, you're just progressing forward. You know, you're taking your energy and you're putting it in the right place. And that doesn't make you a chump. That doesn't mean you're a punk. You know, that just means that you're wise and you're smart and you understand law, you understand energy, and you understand yourself and you know how to win. You know how to play this game. So why not win? You already got the keys, so why not? Right? All right. And next card we have here is the Knight of Coins, okay? The air energy. So you could have air placement in your chart somewhere, okay? Lots of solar plexus energy, lots of maintaining your alignment, lots of, it's like you're staying out of the way also, I have to mention. You could be in the energy of staying out of the way, not hiding, not being fearful, but I don't see the collective going towards any nonsense or bull. Any gossip, toxicity, he say, she say, you're likely to go in the opposite direction. And that's pretty cool of you. Keep up the good work, Spirit is saying. Keep up the good work. This is beautiful. This is simply beautiful. It is. You're likely to go the other way with the Knight of Coins here. You're not you're working on expansion, and you're putting in hard work on loving yourself and building. Okay, you don't have time. When the magician is in the kitchen cooking, prepping things at your table, you don't have any room. There isn't any more room on this table. Look how far the arms are stretched. There is no more room on this table for anything extra. So all those extra type of energies, people who want to be extra, conversations who want to be extra, I see you going opposite direction. What else the collective need to know about this beautiful change in their life, this upgrade, all this beautiful energy? One second, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I see you going the opposite way. You're not being bothered with it. Mm-hmm. That's like a peaceful energy, like like you're playing your tiny little violin, like I'm seeing somebody like go past your house or your door, and someone is baking food, like not food, like a cake in the oven or some cookies, and you can smell it like somebody's cooking. I smell blueberry muffins, maybe chocolate cake, and your door. Look, your door is shut, and people are just walking past like, I smell something good. It's the collective in there. It's the collective in there getting down, enjoying life. I'm just using this as a metaphor or an analogy. You're enjoying life, eating good, enjoying your family, making use of freshly baked cakes or, muffins or cookies or whatever it is, and it's smelling good. And people can smell the aura. They smell it, and it's making people hungry. They want a piece of it. They want to get next to you. They want to get close to you. They want you to open the door. They want you to let them in. Let us in, collective. We want to attach to you. You have this magnetizing appeal, and the smell is so sensational. It's so alluring, but they can't get in because the collective has the door not just shut, but locked, maybe double bolted, and maybe have a chain on it as well. Old school style, okay. But people know darn well, like, I know they're cooking up something good. I can smell it. Ooh, gee, I know they're doing something good. You darn right they are. The collective is pouring into themselves, okay? Pouring into themselves. I have to cover this card up. With the lover's energy here, loving on themselves, focusing on people that love them and, experiencing that reciprocity. This could be a relationship with you and your spouse. This could be you with your children. This energy could represent you with your animal. Maybe you have a dog or a cat. You're showing your pet some love, cuddling up with your animal, watching a movie, just chilling. And when that old energy try to come back from the past, with that he say, she say, gossip and slander, and we need to talk and let me tell you what happened, you like, mm-mm, no thank you. Don't want to hear it. We speak no English. Oh, gee, I love it. This is beautiful. You can have Leo placement somewhere in your chart, okay? As well as that Mars energy, okay? Very passionate with that Mars energy. But this Seven of Wands here represent you being very protective of your energy. You're not allowing anyone to come near your bubble of peace, near your bubble of abundance. And if you don't have peace, collective, you have nothing at all. You can have all the money and cars and houses, and if you don't have peace in your life, you can't enjoy it. You could be an entrepreneur, but if you don't have peace, that business won't be successful. So it matters. Everything works together for the good. It's like the human anatomy. Our organs are dependent upon each other in order to thrive. They work together. So everything works together for the good. And so you must have peace to enjoy anything. It doesn't matter what your career is, whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're a parent or not. If you don't have a peace of mind and peace in your home where you rest, and where you consume food, that's very important, having peace in your home. You can't enjoy it. And it doesn't matter where you live, whether it's a efficiency apartment, whether you're renting a bedroom, living in someone's basement, it doesn't matter. A home is a home that you should be grateful for, okay? All right? Or whether it's an eight bedroom mansion, look, if there's no peace there, you can't enjoy it. And it's very important. There are many wealthy people who have access to unlimited things, and they don't have peace. They don't have peace. We see it every day in the media. They don't have peace. A lot of successful, world-renowned folks, they don't have peace. They're constantly chasing their tail. It's a never-ending battle. If you don't have peace, I just can't say you don't have nothing at all. You can't enjoy it. Who wants to sleep with one eye open? Who wants to always be like they're on thin ice or walking on eggshells? Nobody is perfect, but don't nobody want to live their life being anxious and paranoid and, like I said, sleeping with one eye open. That is not living. That is not living. And like I always bring up, and I'm gonna bring it up again, don't nobody need to get off work and pull up in their driveway and be afraid to go in their own house because there isn't peace in their home, or peace in their relationship, or peace between them and their children, or peace between them and whoever else is living with them. It's okay to live with family if you need to do that, but make sure you're adding peace to the household. And if somebody is disrupting your peace, then it's time to do some inventory. It's time to remove some things. You don't even have to argue about it. Say what you mean what you say. Say it once, let it go, let it MF and flow. Don't go back and forth. You don't have to have a ping pong conversation. Peace is everything. You want to have good health, you got to have peace. You don't believe me? Next doctor appointment, ask your doctor. Say, this lady said I got to have peace. And the doctor will say, you sure do. You want to keep your levels intact. Stress. In order to avoid the stress, you have to have what? Peace. Not arguing, fighting, constantly bickering, constantly sitting around projecting negative energy, constantly waking up each and every day. Oh, let me see who I can hurt today. Oh, let's plan, plot, and strategize against somebody. Because what you put out comes back. And that disrupts your what? Your peace. You ain't got peace collective. Get you a piece of peace today. Get you a piece of peace today. It's actually free 99. Now you got to do a little work, but it's free 99. You just got to, depending on what's going on, you may have to remove some people out your life, but get you some peace today if you ain't got no peace. Oh yeah, it take you far. It take you far. Yes, it's very valuable. Be mindful, Capricorn energy. The devil card here. Let no one or nothing interrupt your what? Peace. It ain't about the money, baby. It ain't about the money, because if you don't have peace, you can't enjoy that money, that house, that car, that relationship. You can't enjoy it. I don't care if you got a cold beer in front of you. I don't even drink beer, but I'm just going to use a cold beer. Your favorite. Just picture your favorite drink, your favorite alcoholic beverage, whatever it is, whatever vice you have. You can't enjoy it if there's no peace around you. You can't enjoy it. You can't even enjoy a meal if there's no peace around you. As the food hits your palate, you're either going to rush and hurry up and get done so you can get away from the people around you, because the environment's going to be something about the energy of that environment that's going to interrupt your peace. But you're doing wonderful restructuring your life. And so clearly, this message is about you maintaining your peace because you have it. With the sun energy, the highest card in the deck, you can't get no better than that. Okay? You can't get no better than that. Okay? The sun energy is shining on you. You could have Leo placement somewhere in your chart. Sun, moon, or rising, or someone your birth chart. Working on your intuition, connecting more with source, being more, um, you know, trusting your instinct, trusting that intuition, not your inner nibble, your inner wiggle, not disregarding it. How many times have you been somewhere and you said, oh, I know I should have followed my first mind? Not disregarding your intuition, but learning how to trust it. Learning from the experiences of the repetitions that life shows us. Like when you say, oh, I know I should have followed my first mind. Every time I don't follow my first mind, I regret it. Well, that's your intuition saying it's time to do what? Get into it. And that's why it's important that you have peace with the Seven of Coins here. Growth, patience, gratitude, planting the seed, trusting and knowing that it's going to reap the harvest. Whether it's now, in the future, or later. But planting those seeds that you know that will be fruitful and not fruitless. And every gardener is very particular about protecting their garden. Whatever they're planting, they're very protective. Very protective. They're very mindful what kind of soil they use, what they're going to use to keep the pests and the bugs away, how much they water. Yes. Are they using compost? Be mindful, as you're building and planting these seeds. Be mindful. Don't let no one come and interrupt while you're busy, while you're in the kitchen, while you're creating, while you're manifesting. You could be using the law of attraction, whatever it is, building, writing a book, writing music, building your clientele. Maybe you do hair, you want to increase your clientele. You do nails, you're a barber, a tattoo artist, whatever it is. Someone's running a daycare. Maybe you got one or two kids you want to increase. Because you want to, make sure that home daycare is full of children. You're trying to get to the back, but you love what you do. You love what you do. You have a passion for working with the little ones. So especially, that's a good example. If you're building a daycare, you really don't have time for anything that's going to interrupt your peace. You want to attract customers and clientele, not run them away. So you have to be mindful. I'm just using this as an example, but somebody wants to start a home daycare. Keep going. More kids will come. Keep going, keep building, keep working. But you have to be willing to make sure you're maintaining peace. You can't be someone, ooh, this is for somebody, here it comes. You can't be someone that wants to start something as such as a home daycare, which is wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. You can get that licensed and certified and bonded through the state wherever you live. There's nothing wrong with that. But for example, you could be dating someone or be in a relationship that is not supportive of what you're trying to build. And so you want to be mindful. You can't be in a connection or have people around your home who want to be confrontational, loud, belligerent, disrespectful. You want to attract. You want to be an alluring business to attract the clientele. If people are going to trust you with their children or trust you to patronize any kind of business you have, you want to attract the energy, not run it away. That's for somebody. Somebody is building, you're very smart, but it's something about somebody that you're dating who you crazy in love with. Don't get mad, just a message. They're not on your vibration, darling. They're not on your frequency, and you know this. Maybe it's the thug passion. I don't know. This is for somebody in particular. Maybe it's the sexual. You can't let it go because they make your toes curl and wiggle. They're not the only person that could do that. But Spirit is saying you're going to have to make an executive decision. Your ideas are wonderful, and it is possible for you to be successful. Doesn't matter what kind of business you're trying to create. But it's something about somebody is dating someone who will sabotage and deplete them in the process. So as you build, they'll be trying to tear it down. Just it's you have to be mindful of the company you keep. And this takes me to when people are progressing in life, in the conversations that people have, many have had them, we all have had them. Oh, so and so acts so funny. They sure don't turn back, and they don't come see their family yet. You sometimes you can. Sometimes you know what? A lot of times, 99.999% of the time, collective, you have to cut people off and no longer deal with them because they will sabotage what you are building, what you are creating. And spirit knows, the source knows. That's why they're telling me to talk about this. There was somebody who was very brilliant, and they're building or increasing some kind of clientele or business. But the person they are dating, if this isn't someone you're dating, this is a friend, this is somebody you need to let go because this person will sabotage you. And Spirit is saying you already know who this person is, and you know this, you just haven't done it. It ain't that much good loving in the world to allow someone to tear down what you are building. And they're doing it deliberately on purpose, meaning they know what they are doing. They want to run your clientele away. They want to embarrass you. They want to be loud and make scenes or, stand on your front porch and scream and then somebody pull up with their little kid trying to drop little man off. Oh no, we don't need him to babysit today. There's somebody on the porch screaming and fighting. Oh no. Just an example. That's for somebody. Okay? You can do what you want. You have free will, but that's the message. Your idea is wonderful, but there is a person that will sabotage you and tear down what you are building. You continue to keep them around. Let's move forward. The next part we have here is the Two of Swords. Decisions, balance, opposing ideas. Decisions, balance, opposing ideas. A decision has to be made because there will come a time when you're working on progress. You are not going to be able to keep Pookie and Ray Ray around you. It just is what it is. And we all say, "Oh, that's bold." We have had these conversations, or we have heard somebody say it. They don't come mess with their family. They done blew up. They don't come. Look, you cannot. You can't take these people with you. You better tell them you in a two-seater. Ain't no room. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm in a two-seater. I ain't got no room. You have to go on your own journey. They're gonna, people gonna talk about you no matter what. You might as well live your life. Make sure you have your peace. Get you a piece of peace today. Spirit is saying, get you a piece of peace today. Keep your peace going. If you ain't got it, get it, but keep it going. And you're working towards it. You're doing so wonderful right now. So Spirit is saying, don't let nobody interrupt it. And if you're watching and you don't have peace, go and get you a piece of peace. It is very valuable, and it'll take you far. I promise you, and I don't even use the word promise. It'll take you far. Peace of mind is like medicine. And I'm not talking about material. I'm not talking about nothing material. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about things. I'm talking about peace in your mind and peace in your heart. Being grateful, being thankful. And not dealing with anyone, any person, place, or thing that will interrupt that or try to derail or dishevel you spiritually or emotionally. Not even a relationship. It doesn't mean that you're going to be alone or you have to be alone. It just means to be mindful. Don't allow yourself to be in a situation where you're thirsty, that you're willing to tolerate and settle for someone that is just not on your frequency. They don't have your back. They're not supportive of you. There are people, who will, especially the covert narcissists, who will gaslight you and play games with you and manipulate energy and just try to be so antagonizing. And they'll come off as if they're for you and rah, rah, rah. And it's only just to will you in and get close to you and then break you down like a pimp. like a pimp. And I don't even talk like that, but this is the message. Okay? Let no one, male or female, I'm not just talking to women, guys too, be careful. Be careful. And you don't have to, you ain't got to stress yourself or get all crazy and loud just to remove people out of your life. Just simply don't entertain it no more. It's that simple. You can stop answering your phone, opening your door, stop taking invites to places you know darn well you really don't want to be. That's for somebody. I'm picking up on someone who's been going places that they really don't want to be, but they go because they feel like they have nothing else to do. But when you get there, you really don't want to be there. Then you go, you got that it on, you look good, but you're still bored. You ain't satisfied. You end up leaving. Everybody like, where you going? You like, I'm gone. Then you stop and get something to eat. Then you head to the house. Then you talk about how whack that was. But then you get another invite and you go again. Spirit saying, stop doing that. It's okay to just say no. Because what it looks like is you're outgrowing your environment. You're leveling up. You're maturing, you're blossoming. Your petals, male or female, are opening up. Okay, you're blossoming, you're in your blooming season, darling. And you have outgrown your environment. You have outgrown your friend circle. That does not mean you are arrogant. That means the old ish, that same day to day thing, is getting old to you. So it bores you. And it's supposed to bore you. Those are growth spurts. That's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get bored so that you'll seek more, desire more, and actually partake on actions pushing you towards experiencing more, living that life of fulfillment. It is all attainable. You can create to make it all come into fruition. It's already present and available. But you're supposed to get bored in relationships and friendships. That means it's time to move on. That means it's time to go higher. That means it's time to do something different. It's like meeting up with friends every Friday night at the same bar. You may get tired of going to that bar. You may get tired of drinking. You may get tired of the same group of friends. It's not that they're bad people. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that the bar is a terrible place. It just means that you are ready to do something else. Your spirit and your soul is calling for you to do something else. It could be for maybe you to stop drinking or to cut back. It could be to hang around a different caliber of people, to pivot you in a direction towards something you've been hoping for or praying for, to connect you. You never know where your goal lies. Source could want you to open yourself up to doing new activities. Maybe you don't like boats. Maybe, I don't know, for some reason, maybe Spirit wants you to go on a boat ride. Why? We don't know. Maybe you're gonna meet somebody on that boat that can lead you to something else. I'm just giving you an example of how it works, spiritually speaking, energetically so. So don't deny yourself of opportunity. Don't deny yourself of peace. Don't deny yourself. When you get bored of something, that's for somebody. You're supposed to get bored. You're supposed to get tired. You're supposed to try new things. That's normal. You're not supposed to be getting up and really for the rest of your life every day do the same thing every day. Wake up at 9, coffee, coffee, coffee. Wake up at 9, even though some of us do. But what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with change. It's not a bad thing. And there are some who are concerned, but those who are concerned about what people think, oh, you think you better than us? Well, y'all stay on the porch. If you're concerned about people judging you because you don't want to sit on the porch, well, stay on the porch, okay? Everybody else, we're going to go hike through the woods, and we're going to go explore this life here. There's so much, so many things to be grateful for, and so much to learn and explore each and every day of our lives, and it doesn't take much at all. You just have to be willing to be open and shift your perception and not be concerned about the opinions of others. Okay, now I'm getting Kevin Gates. Since when did the lions care about the opinions of sheep or something like that? I forgot what song that is. Yes, I like Kevin Gates. Okay, I forgot that song. Okay, yeah. Since when did the lion care about the opinions of sheep? something like that. But yeah, if they're gonna talk about you leaving the porch, oh well, and it bothers you, stay on the porch with them. But for the rest who want to explore, feel free to put on your backpack and explore because there's so much more to learn, to experience, to endure, and especially if you are a parent, if you are a parental figure, you could have custody. I'm picking that up, or guardianship over someone. It's a good idea to expose your children to uh, different ways of life. Different people, different cultures, different experiences, different activities. You know, it's a good idea to do different things. Maybe you've never been horseback riding. Try that. That's fun. Okay, that's fun. It could be someone. Maybe you don't do museums because you feel they're boring or corny. You know what? Do that. That's fun. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, you might want to go play golf or miniature golf. Do that. That's fun. Okay, all right. Yeah, but get you some peace. Okay. And so that concludes the read. Later.